Yo, what's up, everybody?
What's
That's
going
Curdy
on?
Bird.
How y'all doing?
I'm Bruce, and this is On the Real, y'all. Hey, we're just two dudes who've been lifelong friends, man, and brothers, family, and we wanted to some crazy changes in our mid 40s, man, and we wanted to just start come at people, and we've been man, my big ass dome and his little peanut head, you can see, man. We've been bouncing ideas off each other for probably the last year about starting this podcast, man. And we've had some help from a few friends, so shout out to those people who've helped us out a little bit. With the name, changing on the name, and that's how we come up with On the Real. One of our brothers, he hooked us up with that. Appreciate you, Chad, and just to show, man, it's
Hey, we're two dudes in our mid 40s that been through some things and trying to see if our changes and the same things we've been through can help you or support you in some way of your life. We're not here to try to change your mind on anything, where you feel about anything. We're just trying to get two dudes giving you ideas and situations that we've been through and just telling you how we've handled our situations, and maybe it can help you go through something.
Oh, and by the way, we ain't always handling our situations correct.
Not at all. You best believe that.
I mean, we got lifelong mistakes that you may hear throughout some of these topics, but the big thing is, I think for us is we want to talk about real issues, real topics, real life from some real cats. This is episode number 1, numero uno, right? Like, and we expect, we plan on having guests. We want to bring just different people around, man. We really, and we want to talk about a lot of different things. Today's topic, it's gonna be something near and dear to both of us. It's family. So that's that's where we're gonna start from. But I promise you, this show is we're gonna touch some topics that may anger some people. It's gonna make some people very happy. It's the more feedback, the more comments, the more of whatever we can get, man, will help us be able to bring some real life situations to you, y'all. And this is from two dudes who, like, the fact that we talk to so many people in a day, in a week, in a month, in a year, just the facts that the route that our life, and we talk to more people than normal people, right?
Absolutely.
Like what they say normal. We talk to, we literally, like what I do for a living gives me the opportunity to talk to 250 new people every single week.
Absolutely. That's a beautiful thing. And that's all it is. That's why I'm here. I'm inspired by other people. You understand, there's people that disagree with me and there's people that agree with me. But the thing is, that doesn't define who we are, and that don't have to make me look at you any differently or you look at me any differently. We're just two people where everybody is in a situation where we're all trying to figure it out. And that's all I'm here for. I hope I can help some people figure some things out, and in turn, you help me figure some things out, because no one's perfect, and that's the biggest thing here. None of us are perfect. We all been through things. Everyone had things done to them, and some people have done things to people. But the thing is, that does not have to define you. You wake up, and if you want to be somebody different, you got an opportunity to be that every morning. If you want to stay in your same lane, that's fine too. You understand? Nobody's judging you on that. The thing is to try to find a way to where we could just agree to disagree.
Let me interject real quick, dog, because there gonna be some people that gonna judge you on that. But you know what you do? You really got to remove that negativity, man, and that's something that he has helped me learn. It's been a dramatic thing. He's helped me truly learn over this last 18 months to try to. He's put my mind in a positive way. It really has. It's been a turn, man, and that along with other influences, of course, but. And the big thing is, you're gonna have the naysayers. You're gonna have the people who don't agree, and and they are gonna judge you on it. But that's okay, man. It is okay. You are not, and I promise you, because I've tried. I have tried to make everybody around me happy.
Absolutely.
I have tried. It is not gonna happen, and that's cool, man. You gotta brush that shit off, and sometimes it just takes some of us longer to realize that, man. For real, for real. And
Man, the biggest thing throughout this whole thing, always stay true to yourself, man. Like,
oh, and laugh.
yes, act. You
Please.
better laugh,
Oh,
please.
a big thing for us, man. And I know, man. I don't want to hear it. We ain't no bitches out here, all right? But love, laugh, and cry
Absolutely,
every single day if you can, man.
absolutely.
Seriously, man.
Very
And dudes, especially dudes like our age, they come up in our age. Yo, man, it's okay. I mean, I know we was raised to believe you don't cry. You don't cry. A
Right.
man don't cry. Man, kiss my ass.
Absolutely.
A man cries.
When you
I
put
promise
when you
you.
put emotions into anything, something has to come out. Sometimes it leads to tears. Sometimes it leads to laughter. But you better feel all them emotions. I tell people all the time, people sit around and they think that it's a bad thing to go through emotions or thinking about somebody that has passed away. If you don't think about them, if you're not crying, if them memories don't make you cry, you're not thinking about them. That's just plain and simple. I love those feelings. You understand? I love enjoying the memories with my family, my past on. Because at the end of the day, I know I'm keeping their memory alive. I don't never want to forget that. I don't never want to forget the lessons. I never want to forget the situations. I never want to forget the things that made me the man that I am today. No matter if you like it or not, you understand. Like it's you built on situation. That's what defines you. Don't never stay in yourself. Every situation you go through, know that there's a positive and a negative to it. You understand? You keep yourself on the positive side and forget the negative. Like, cause at the end of the day, that thing holds no weight. Only thing negative could do is bring you down. Who's going down? The way is up. I'm not digging. You understand? I'm climbing up. I'm not going down for nothing. And that's the problem. That's why every situation I go through in my life, you will never be able to knock the smile off my face. And that's just what it is. I don't care what it is. I'm still going to smile. I know the things I could have controlled, and I know the things that I couldn't. Do you understand? If I couldn't control something, I'm not going to dive in that. That's not going to define me. Now, if I was in a situation that I could control and somebody got the best of me, I can live with that too.
All day. And yeah, before we, because we might end up getting off topic every once in a while. All right?
We didn't even get on the topic.
That's what I say. But I'm gonna let y'all know, man. Every once in a while, we might get off topic a little bit. Shit happens, man. I mean, it is what it is.
Just work with us. We're learning together, man.
But a great segue, and that's a very true thing, man. We definitely are learning because we are computer not savvy.
Oh, man.
I mean, I'm gonna stay PC in this right now, and I ain't gonna use some words.
Right.
We are technologically not smart.
We don't have it.
Luckily, we got a couple friends that know a couple things. We'll continue to figure this joint out. A great segue off what Birdie was talking about. He had mentioned family, man, and that's something we wanted to talk about today. Family, and it means something different to everybody.
Absolutely.
But I think the biggest thing for me and Birdie, we was talking a little bit. We was doing some little mic checking, and he asked me what family is, and you're gonna hear a lot of different things. And none of them are wrong, man. It is to what you believe in, but think on this, man. I mean, family, that your blood family. They're still your family. But blood doesn't really make you family, man. What makes you family in my eyes is the love, the loyalty, and the trust that we have created, the bond that we've created. And that's why this dude right here is my brother. I tell people all the time, my brothers, a lot of them don't look nothing like me. They a different color. They might be a little older. They might be a little younger. It does not matter. Like, family to me, man, is just about a bond that you create. And Birdie added something else, man. I mean,
and another thing, the only thing he was missing with me is honor. You understand, like, and people don't understand this. When I mean not honor, it's like a feeling of secondhand embarrassment. I don't know if you're familiar with that term or not, but secondhand embarrassment. This is my brother right here. So if he goes out in a situation, right, as a family member, and he's allowed to, if you let him embarrass himself, if you don't feel that same embarrassment on the same level that you should, bro, is that really your family? Do you understand? Like, if you're alive, if you could kick back and just watch people destroy, You understand something that it took years to build? Is that family?
And without saying something to them, without coming at them,
Yes,
man.
absolutely.
Because everybody is so, they're so pressed on don't hurt my feelings. I don't want to, don't offend this person. I don't want to be offended, man.
Absolutely.
Kiss my ass, offend me. If I'm doing something wrong, but come at me.
Absolutely.
Come at me,
yes,
and be like, yo you are
tripping right now.
effing this up.
Right, absolutely. You done lost your mind. And that's the only thing I have. You know what I mean? That's what you got to hold people accountable for. Exactly that. You understand? Like if he knows I'm out here, and I love him for this because I know there's him and there's a whole lot more that will put me in my place, and they don't have no problem with it. Because if you're just sitting out there and you got a yes man on your right, y'all gonna make every bad decision in life. You understand?
Together too.
Right, exactly. And no one's learning. So we're just gonna go down this dark path that no one, you know what I mean, we don't know where it's gonna lead us to, and stay there. And we all been there before. We made plenty of mistakes. Trust me, we are not perfect people at all. Trust me.
Yeah,
but the thing is,
we might be damn near the furthest thing from
exactly. We have reached the age where we're able to say like, dang, I wish I would have did this way. I wish I would have did that way. And now we have a somewhat of an understanding. Like once again, we're not here to tell you to change nothing. Mm-hmm. You understand that is not our angle. We're just giving you our situations and what we've been through, and hopefully we can all learn something together.
And maybe it can change something. Maybe there's something you don't like about yourself. Maybe there's something you don't like about your family. I mean, and I'm I've gotten into personal stuff on my other podcast, man, which is Be For Real. Okay, if you want to check that out, go ahead, y'all. It's great. I've got into some personal stuff. Birdie down the line is going to be getting into some personal stuff. We're going to talk about things in our families, but I'm not going. That's not what this is about right now. This is about the fact that we are we want to come at you because maybe there's something that you hear from us that you're like, oh man, like I'm going through that same thing right now, and I didn't know how to handle this. Maybe you got a family member. Now remember, when we speak of family, we talking about
the whole enchilada.
We talking about it ain't the
right,
people that you related to by
right,
blood or marriage
it's the whole enchilada
or whatever. I'm talking about like the bonds that I've built, the relationships that I've built over the years, man. I mean, it is countless numbers of people that I have are my brothers and sisters. Like, and that is absolutely no bullshit.
Let's do this real quick. Let's go by family. Let's go generational. Let's go back as far as whatever you have, great grandma, whichever ones you knew,
whichever you can remember.
Right, how far it goes back to remember. Let's talk about how they were and the things that they stood for. Do you understand? And this could be stories. Yeah. You understand that you heard from other family members. That could be from somebody that passed away. Right. You understand?
Right.
Or just go down the line, generationals, because we're going to see how things have changed.
I mean,
you understand, like, and people are going to agree or disagree,
absolutely.
or they're going to see, yes, you understand.
Yo, man, we got a similar upbringing, and that's the thing. Similarities going to happen.
Yes,
and I dig what you're saying. Yeah, like, it's funny you mentioned that. I'll start off, man. Unless you got
that's
something.
Fine. Let's go.
So, I was talking to Bailey yesterday. I believe it was yesterday or the day before, whatever. So we were talking. I was driving her down to Pittsburgh to see her friend, and we was talking, and we was talking about my grandfather, which would have been my mother's father.
Absolutely.
He died in 1984. So I was 7 years old. He had 3 children. Now, my grandfather was a big man. He was 6'3", 6'4", 270 pounds. Back in the 60s and 70s, this was a large man. He was a boss at the Wheeling Pittsburgh Mill in Menneson. Like, this dude was, World War II veteran. This dude was an old school gangster, macho. Old school macho gang. Just dude. This dude went to the mill every day and worked and built his house, the one on Grand Boulevard.
Ooh,
you know what I'm talking about,
absolutely.
City Park joint.
Right across from the track.
You never got to meet my papa.
Never.
But he went to work at the mill in Menneson in the 50s. Went to work, come home, and built a home by himself that still stands today in Menneson by City Park. But the biggest thing about that is he had 3 children, 2 boys and a girl. Uncle Rick, my mom,
absolutely,
and my uncle Barry. once again, when it comes to family, like I ain't spoke to that dude's my godfather. I ain't spoke to that dude in 40 years, but to each it's it. But the point, moral of the story, talking about like what something I remember, like the fact that I remember as such a young man, like a little kid, 4, 5, 6 years old, that my grandfather. That's where I got my love for football. That's where also like my grandfather, like I was special to my grandfather. Like he had 3 children and then 2 grandchildren before me, and he never held any of them as infants. Not even his own children. This man's hands was twice the size of mine. I mean, this was this man's hands, right? I mean, except the black part. The black part wasn't.
There you go. He's off and running.
Oh yeah, well, you might laugh once or twice,
yeah.
But my grandfather was a massive man, and he never held his 3 children, his 2 grandchildren first. Never held them. He held me. I was the first infant he ever held. So I remember going over to his house on Grand Boulevard. He used to have this tall ashtray, this brass ashtray, right? Stood like this high, right? With the joint you could pull out and dump, the glass part.
Heck yeah,
I go in there and he'd keep change under there. And he would give me the change. But I also remember this, my love for football. Like, this is crazy, the things that you remember in your life. We're talking 40 years ago, people. 40 years ago, Bertie.
Right.
40 years ago. And I remember sitting between this dude's legs. He would sit on his chair that was facing the window. He had the big console TV, the joint. He had to get up and go turn. Had 6 channels, 4 channels, whatever.
Before you on that.
Yeah. I mean, well, he was a mill boss, so he had one of them console joints. I don't think he had the aluminum foil. He actually had the antenna.
He was good.
Yeah, he had the antenna.
He was good.
But he had a football game on there. On Sundays, he'd have one football game, and then next to it, he had the little food tray. With a little 13-inch joint, he'd have another game or another show on, or some type of sports.
Yeah.
So like that's where I realized. Like, I was telling Bailey, like, this man like loved me unconditionally, man. Like this dude, it was just something. This dude saw something in me way back then.
Absolutely.
Which is great. I mean, it took me this long to figure this shit out, but I mean, it takes us all our own time.
Well, I'm glad that you're on that point too, because this is another thing I always says, and this is probably going to hold true to a lot of people too. And you just said it yourself. Your grandfather had 3 of his own kids, and he had 2 grandkids before you, and he never held any of them. Now here goes my thing when I see that. Like, a lot of us mess up in life, and you understand. And grandparents, to me, I feel like a lot of times they be in a situation where their grandkids, and I love every grandparent for this, every grandma, grandfather that's out there doing their thing right now. I appreciate and love y'all for this, because y'all, to me, are the real sign of true love in the beginning of life. And this is why. When your grandparents are there and they're involved, I feel like your grandparents, every mistake that they made with their child, you are the makeup plan. You understand what I'm saying? Like, so, and when they have that grandkid that come around, like, dang, this dude reminds me of me. And that's probably what it was. Like, dang, that cat remind me of me. Like,
right.
I'm going to take that love to him. And when I give it to him, I'm going to give him all that embrace and stuff that I didn't give my own. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Oh,
like,
I
real
dig
shit. Like,
absolutely.
It's a beautiful thing. And that's one of the very, very, I didn't know at first, but as through growing, you get it. And that's just like, trust me, I lost all my grandparents when I was young. You understand what I'm saying? Like, but I definitely see, like, my grandma Thelma Louise, she loved her grandchildren. You understand, to the point where we can all be there just with her.
Real quick, I mean, I'm just want to interrupt. Thelma and Louise, I knew y'all. Dog, and we known each other for 30-some years. I didn't know you had Thelma and Louise with your grandma.
Now you tripping, right? Yeah.
Go over rest her soul, man.
And she was just a beautiful soul. You understand? And that's what it was like. We getting pushed in situations like, and some people religious and some not, but I'm not as what you would call religious, but I just believe there's a higher power. You understand? But I believe that
subject for another time.
Exactly. I just feel like the Creator put you in situations to make you learn things. Like I was forced to learn things, and I love the way that I had to learn things, because it's just like on this topic of family, like throughout the whole thing, like if I went back to generations like that I know of, that's where it would start for me. It would start with my grandma Thelma. You understand? So as a grandparent, that's what I know, and I understand that love. You understand?
So I'm curious, and this is just because April's my wife. You watch Be For Real, you hear about that. She she's special to me.
Yeah, it gotta be to put
know.
out your ass. She's special to us too.
I mean,
yeah,
right. Excuse me, but so my children are fortunate enough to have two great grandparents that are still alive today. That is an unbelievable, because unfortunately they've lost both their grandparents on my side already. So what I was going to ask you was when was the last grandparent that you had that you remember?
My last grandparent that I had was Annabelle Johnson, and she really wasn't even my real grandparent.
What year?
But
she was family, like we say, because we got.
Absolutely. I can't put a tag on her data.
Do you know roughly?
I want to say
like 80s, 90s.
What that she passed?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say early 2000.
Oh, okay. So
yeah, I'm gonna say early 2000.
But you know the same thing, like
Yeah,
remember
absolutely.
my grandmother
Yes,
Mary.
absolutely.
That was my last grandparent. Like my grandfather, her husband died in '84. She died in '90. That would have been '98, I believe, something like that. '97, '98. And then my other two my dad's mom and dad, they both passed. Late '80s was my grandfather, and then maybe late '80s was my grandmother too. I mean, I don't remember for sure, but that's what I'm saying. Like, so we didn't come up we didn't come up. We found that in other ways, man, in our life. Like Birdie. Like I when I tell y'all, man, we've been running for over 30 years. We have been family, man. And we didn't even realize when we first met. We don't know that we're 10-year-old, 11-year-old, 12-year-old kids.
Absolutely.
We didn't know we was gonna be family. I mean,
absolutely.
But it goes back to that whole love, loyalty, and trust. Because me and Birdie, like, the family that we come up with, man, we was together forever. Like, we was doing everything together, man. Whether it was clubbing or to the pool or vacations, I mean, it was just always we was always together. And then as we got a little older, I moved away. We separated a little bit, but we always kept in contact. There was always that contact. It might only been a couple times a year.
Absolutely. And
that's the greatest thing. That's another reason about family, man. Family, and there's a bunch. I got a whole bunch of brothers out there that I talk to a few times a year. They family. I mean, they know who they are. When they watch this, they're gonna be like, "Oh, wow, he's talking about that big head motherfucker. He's talking about me."
You could just take any situation when he's on, like when you're on a point of family, like you could take any situation. You could just limit it down to this, and this is who your family are. The person that you think's in your mind, and something's about to happen to him, and you're willing to throw yourself in front of any situation that they're about to get hit with. That's family.
That's family.
And that's why it don't matter what they look like.
And that's
Do
love,
you understand what I'm saying? Like, for real. And you will find out, even we're all human beings. You understand? We're all human beings. If you're able to go through a situation with somebody and they turned your back on you, you called them family, and you were able to sit there through that grief and just let them turn their back on you and not be a man enough to go out there and step out and trust me, I'm guilty as anybody else is. And you're able to just sit back and just let that family just walk away, they were never family to you. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, yes, we all go through pains. People hurt you. But the thing is to wake up every morning and put that smile on your face. And then you walk through and to make people take it away. Now, here go the thing. The people that are going to sit there and do everything for you to keep that smile on your face, they'll go another reason. That's family. Even when it hurts. Even when it hurts. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you can be going through any situation in life. Like, if I'm doing something dumb, if I'm about to make a dumb decision, and if this man right here don't say, hey, man, are you serious? Are you really about to do that? That's not my family. He might as well be the devil himself. Do you understand? Because what is love if it's not real love? If it's not unconditional love? Like, even if we got to throw hands, even if we got to really physically fist fight.
It won't be the first time I fought a family member, blood or not. It don't matter.
And that's what a lot of people don't understand. You could take any situation. Like we were athletes at one time. I'm not going to say we are. We were athletes at one time.
Yeah,
and that was
we was
exactly. And that's the thing about family. Like, people don't understand this. Like, when you grow up, and them old people that I was talking about, the older folks, like my grandparents, they taught us about our problems were in house. You understand? Like, you never could shout out your family member in front of people we don't know. What are we doing that for? What are you doing that for? Now you don't put a whole bunch of people that in your business that can spoil the whole plan.
And they can persuade and dissuade. And they can
right.
They they can maneuver around the way they want, no doubt.
You're giving them straight power.
Yeah, and you need to keep that power. Like I said, that family aspect, that family dynamic for us is just so important, man. We talk about it all the time, and like I said, man, you know, for so many years, we bullshit. We show up to, we see each other here and there, but like, some things happen. Because things in life happen, man. Sometimes it's going to be unexpected. Sometimes you don't even know. Sometimes you have no control over it, okay?
Absolutely.
Shit happens, and it brought this man back into my life. It brought us back into each other's lives, man. And all it did was strengthen a bond that we have always had, right? And they're gonna be them people like, oh yeah, this is some bullshit, blah blah, and that's okay, man. I'm not even mad at you. I promise. I don't even get mad about that no more, man. To each his own. If you ain't with it,
that's fine.
Cool. That's
There's
cool,
no
man.
problem.
Ain't no problem. I'm not even mad at you,
over
man.
here.
I mean, the thing we want to do is we want to keep the positivity, because that is what we have brought. Like the change that I know that I've seen in this man in the last 18 months, and I'm pretty sure I could say vice versa. And literally watching the lives that we both have touched in the last 18 months to 2 years is crazy. And please listen when I tell you, we both still have our faults, man. I'm gonna preach on that, man. Like, because you got to realize, like, it is hard for some people that come from a certain environments, man. It is hard for them to change, and it's definitely not going to be an overnight thing. It takes time, man.
Absolutely.
This stuff takes time, and that's part of the reason. Look, this is our first episode.
Absolutely.
Hopefully 1,000. I mean, that's the goal for real. Like, we want to drop one a week on y'all.
Absolutely, but the thing is, this is going to be clutch. I already feel the energy. You understand? Like, I don't need no outside influences. I feel the energy right here. This is going to be tough. Fool with us. We're going to learn together. I'm telling you. Y'all's going to teach us things. We're going to try to teach y'all some things. It's going to all work out. We're going to bang heads like good.
And that's why feedback.
Yeah, absolutely. Feedback, so man. Important.
Please.
Just let us know.
Comment on our videos, man. If there's something
y'all podcasters, let us know.
Yes, please, man. I mean, we constructive
criticism. We want it all, man.
It does not matter.
We want to
man.
bring y'all the best content we could bring y'all.
Absolutely. And if there's something that you think that you might want to hear, man,
let's talk about it.
Hit us up, man. We, eventually we're gonna get a phone set up. We're gonna do a few things, but right now we just starting with.
If you need a little pick me up, man.
Pick me up. We got you there.
We're your guys. You understand? We're your guys. You understand?
You want to laugh? I sit here. I take the glass off. I'm crying with you for a minute. Hopefully in front of millions one day.
I'm not hiding none of my emotions. I'm gonna let you know that right
one
now.
Day. Let's do it. You know what I mean?
You're gonna rock with us, man. Just like I said, first episode, man. We really didn't get on the topic, but the next one we're gonna really get on our topic. This is just a little introduction. Trust me. The best is yet to come. It's gonna be a beautiful thing. Beautiful together. Watch.
Very excited, y'all. Man.
Yes, absolutely.
And we kind of just gave y'all a feel from where we're coming from, man. We are gonna very quickly. We're gonna bounce into some very, I guess, risque, controversial.
Yeah.
I mean, it's coming up, man, because that's what we're about. We want to bring light to a lot of situations, to be real with you.
And
any situation is the same thing.
We both have been there too, believe us.
Oh, believe me.
Some people they really get it together, like, man, we're in this together at the end of the day. There's certain people that want us divided, but that's not what's going on here.
No, because it's family, man.
Yes,
I mean,
absolutely,
family,
bro.
And that's where we're at, and I'm going to tell y'all right now.
Don't bite the apple, man.
Hey, listen, it's going to be a lovely thing. I promise y'all, man. Y'all gonna love this, but please, comment. Give us some feedback. Give us some topics. Give us some stuff you want to hear. Even.
Man,
I mean, because I'm telling you right now, there's really not a lot that we don't know about, and there's some things we're not well versed on. But listen, we're all about learning too.
Hey, just wait. It's gonna get interesting. I just know his family, and he knows mine. Hey, it's all out there. You understand? Like the good, the bad, and the ugly, man. Hey, just like I said, I love y'all. Family, don't be mad at me.
My family don't be mad. Well, right. yeah, I know my family mad at me. They know I'm an asshole already.
Just throw it out there. We talk about it all, baby.
Hey, but listen, man, I appreciate y'all tuning in. Please check out our next episode. Like I said, we're gonna be coming at you weekly, hopefully a little bit more. But we'll talk to you soon, and I appreciate you. Peace out, y'all.
Love.
All right, I definitely fuck with that.
Yeah.